Welcome, everyone. I come from my humble home in Canada, near Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to do Green Day. I'm wearing my Canada A hat. And we're going to work with the color green chakra, the heart-centered chakra. And the beauty of our land, the green chlorophyll, the beautiful exchange of air and breath that we get from all the chlorophyll rich energy. Right now, it's not so. There's snow everywhere. And so what I like to tell people when I make green water and when I make fresh parsley salad in the winter, I get to have spring all the time in my garden. So when people are suffering with seasonal disorders and stuff like that, it's like, add some fresh green to your food. Always be spelling green, always be spelling lemon, and it's gonna ignite those pieces. So I'm really excited about our Green Day today. And we're gonna make some green water, then we're gonna make a green smoothie, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about jar sprouting. Okay, so here we go. Start with a little meditation. Let's close our eyes for a moment. Let's take a nice deep breath in. And a beautiful breath out. Nice 3-part breath from your belly all the way to your third eye. Exhale and allow yourself to ground a little deeper into the roots of the beautiful green chlorophyll trees, the plants growing ever so beautifully for us. Bring yourself to the world of green. I love how the dandelions spring up in the beginning of spring. The bears are feasting on them after their long winter's nap. They teach us we should be doing the same. So just imagine yourself connecting with the animals that still remember their plant medicine and all the forage that can happen if the things that they try to spray and kill on our land are usually our greatest medicine. See yourself picking dandelions free of chemicals in the spring or eating and making smoothies with your dandelions. And after your long winter's nap, the liver knows what to do with those dandelions. It completely flushes out our liver. I want you to connect with the green and give thanks for chlorophyll. Give thanks for growing things. Give thanks for being part of that cycle of renewal. Gratitude changes everything. Okay, so we're going to make some green water. This is my standby. And some celery. Celery is really sodium mineral rich. It's a nice way to start our day. I'm going to put in half an apple, nice green apple. A little less sugar in green apples. I'm just going to cut this in half. I'm concerned about having the odd apple seed, but you don't have too many apple seeds. Yeah. Here we go. I'm going to put in half a lemon, but you don't need this much of any of this food. You can just use 1/4 of a lemon. Put that in. I'm going to put in almost 1 liter of water or quart, depending on where you live. And the reason why I start out my day and I strain this water is because the body wants to be in a beautiful detoxifying state until 11, sometimes 12. If we're not digesting fiber and we're just getting this nice electron-rich water, then our body can continue the detoxification process. So I'm gonna mute us for a minute. I'm gonna do the blender dance behind me. And yeah, and then we're gonna strain it and have some beautiful green water. So I'm going to take my strainer. Let's strain. I store everything in 1 liter or half liter jars. You can get so many of them in the fridge. You can even buy a vacuum sealer if you want and have your food prepared for 5 days if you like. There's really no reason. This is actually the ultimate fast food. This will be my first 2 hours of my morning as my body continues its flush and detox. The liver's working. The bowels are wanting to finish cleansing before you offer them more food. I think it was the cereal companies that told us we had to eat breakfast. And then when our blood sugar is really imbalanced, and then we further imbalance it because coffee creates a lot of insulin resistance. So if we're going to have it, we're better off to have it a little later in the day. It doesn't kick our adrenals in right away, and start out our day with green water. So now I'm going to take actually this pulp. It's going to give my green smoothie a little bit of a lemony taste. You can add a banana to this as long as your dosha can handle bananas. This is going to give us quite a bit of fiber for my green smoothie. And I won't have this till later. So I'll put it in the fridge, or if I'm heading off somewhere, then I will, there'd be dandelions in here if it was spring. I'm going to put, for my fruit, I'm just going to put a half an apple in. A lot of times I like lower glycemic, but some people are really good with bananas. Other people, they're too mucus forming. If you love bananas, you can put a half banana in there. I really do like a little bit of protein powder because I'm not really great at gravitating towards making sure I get enough lentils and other stuff, even though all vegetables and fruit have a certain amount of protein in it. And very few people that are on a whole food plant-based diet, even not thinking about protein, or protein deficient. That's not usually ever the issue. So I'm going to put in a little bit of my hemp mixed with pea protein, because I actually do like the consistency of my smoothie when I add that. And for my fruit, I'm going to add half a green apple. Yum, yum. I love spirulina, I have to tell you. I think spirulina is a miracle food. And I'm really fortunate to live near a company. And I'm not trying to promote anybody here. I'm just saying that it's a real ethically sourced company. They test the spirulina at every phase. Spirulina has basically no carbon imprint on our planet, like very little. Everything does, of course. And so my girlfriend's company is called Tripal. And it's a 70% spirulina, 30% chlorella. And loaded with protein, but also spirulina detoxifies. Chlorella is the highest form of chlorophyll of any food on the planet. Such a rich way to upgrade our green smoothie in the mornings, or whether we're going to have it for lunch. A lot of times people think they're hungry when they're actually thirsty. But they don't know they're thirsty because they got so dehydrated that the thirst mechanism in their brain shut off. So that's going to be my smoothie. Let's blend it and see if it looks a little better. I'll mute you for a minute, and I'm going to do the smoothie dance. There are very few foods that have that beautiful blue color like spirulina, and our body needs color. Dr. Gabriel Cousins wrote an amazing book called The Rainbow Green Live Cuisine. So I'm going to pour this into my 1 liter jar, and this will be my drink that I have later after I have drank all my green water. Yeah. Just a little taste test. If you ever have a smoothie that has the odd chunk left in it, keep it that way, because you want to remind yourself that smoothies are a food. Most of the digestion happens for the carbohydrates and food like this in the mouth. So we want to actually drink it. Chew it a little bit. I have a little bit of apple peel in there I can taste. Remind me to chew my smoothie a bit before I swallow it. Okay, great. Okay, and the last thing here. These are mung beans. I'm in Canada and I'm really fortunate to be next to a province that grows a whole bunch of sprouting beans. They're called mums, M-U-M-S. Their websites are sprouting.com. And these are mung beans from them. And I'm promoting them as a family organic business. Not really promoting, but I'm saying that find your local people that are running business super ethically. It's super important. Like, please, we want to support people that are really doing what we're here to do right now at these precarious times. Get a half cup of dried mung beans, and I get the sprouting version of them. I buy them in big sacks from mums, sprouting.com. And I'm going to soak this overnight in some beautiful structured water. I actually use a little structural funnel, but however you structure your water. Structured simply means it still has living force in it. So the water molecules, if they were frozen, they would look more like a snowflake and not like a blob. So there's a lot of work on that. We can talk about that later at some point. I've soaked that overnight in a liter of water. This is my lid. There's very expensive sprouting lids. This is just screen from window screen. So I bought a big roll, and when I teach people, hopefully you were at Chakra Red and you got your beans soaking and sprouting. The next day, after I've soaked them overnight, I just drain them completely. I keep them on about a 45-degree angle in a bowl or in a draining rack. And I just rinse them again at night, and then again in the morning and again at night, straining them each time. And these mung bean sprouts have only been sprouting now for about 2.5 days. And they taste like fresh peas right out of a garden. That's phenomenal when you live in Canada. Yeah, such a gift, such a gift. So, I think that's good because everyone knows how to make a green salad. What I've been doing recently, I'm part of a larger organization called climatehealers.org. And I have founded 1 Million Vegan Grandmothers. And that's how I was fortunate enough to meet Shelley, Dr. Shelley. And then the amazing Jan, who worked tirelessly and are taking rest with us. I think we'll see everything's pre-recorded. And it's here that I'm teaching some climate healers in the morning for 30 minutes to prepare their whole day. So we do a water, we do a smoothie, and then we make dinner. And they're like, oh, all done, half an hour. And I don't have to think about it. I can just get on with my life. And I know that lead me not into temptation. So preparation is huge. And loving ourselves enough is huge. So thank you. Maybe we'll go into a beautiful heart-centered meditation. If you want to just close your eyes for a minute. I'm called to do a prayer. Beautiful, beautiful, sweet Creator, archangels of the highest order, two-legged and four-legged and winged ones that share the earth. Share your earth with us despite our wavering hearts. We thank you. We thank you for presenting within the forests of green and all the green things growing for medicine, the plantain and the dandelions and the lettuce and the wild food galore, the leaves that offer themselves to us, and give thanks. Give thanks, and we ask that you help us remember that every time we harvest from the earth that we take, we give back. Give back somehow. We give back with a prayer of gratitude, or we give back. That we remember to be thankful. Remember to bless everything. Remember to see green love everywhere. And so it is. I. Amen. I want you to just breathe into your heart. Feel it like a big, beautiful organ of pulsing light. connecting with your lungs and your blood and your lifeline and the green earth. I want you to imagine every time you breathe into your heart center, your heart expanding, any contraction, any blockages, just clearing with that deep breath in and exhale. I want you to remember all the people that die every year from not being told and not understanding that this heart-centered medicine, food medicine, is what heals the heart. Yet thousands and hundreds of thousands of people die every year of heart disease. May we be part of the awakening of this food that helps heal the heart, helps heal the heart connection, helps heal the waters and the trees and the four-legged and the two-legged and the swimming ones. Oh, swimming ones. And I thank you all for being here in this time, place, and space in these precarious times, because you're here and you know you belong because you're still breathing. You're still breathing, so you were meant to be here at this time. Do not despair, just awaken the dream and come forward with your gifts. Somewhere along the way, we weren't taught that we were the sparks of divine, waiting to be connected with other sparks of divine, to be this massive, beautiful community of light. I want you to feel your interconnectionness with all the green, all the light, and all the water that you are, and the water of the peoples everywhere. I want you to thank yourself for still being here. As hard as it is some days, and as glorious as it is some days. And I wish to thank my grandchildren and all the grandchildren as a grandmother of the Million Vegan Grandmother Council. I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank my grandchildren and all the grandchildren, all of our grandchildren, for coming here at this time with their bright light. May we clean up this mess for you. May we remember the new cycles that are coming to planet Earth and that are here now. We're here now. And I'm going to end with a poem that was given to me in a meditation in the mountains. It's called the Jubilee. There is a time not too far away when we no longer fight wars that don't belong to us. When love will feel more familiar than pain. And when our hearts will be healed enough that we no longer project our wounds onto another. There is a time not too far away when we see blessings everywhere. In the water, our food, in a stranger's eyes, in the eyes of all animals. And I know our children will hear more kind words that day than any other. And when we all know we have the power to heal, and we honor the power of love instead of the love of power, this is our time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Blessings. Love you all.